As you know, a lot of people travel during the holiday season, and not just by plane. Many people travel on our roadways to see family and friends all across the country. Sergio Escamilla, he is the principal attorney at ELG Accident Attorneys, and he is here to give us some great tips on how to be safe while we travel. Good to have you on Sonoran Living.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
Yes. Why did you want to be an attorney?
Well, I'm the son of immigrants. My parents are Mexican, and we lived in a ghetto inner city, Los Angeles. We didn't see too many attorneys. It was kind of like a mysterious thing. And I just became interested and just followed the path, and it was an empowering thing to do.
Yes,
so,
you followed the path and you followed your dream, and now you own your own law firm, ELG. Tell us about it. What makes it different?
We focus on personal injury, and we kind of sense that personal injury industry, the modern PI firms, kind of lost the customer service component, and we noticed there wasn't a lot of contact between attorneys and clients. We changed that. So even the first phone call, the intake is conducted by an attorney, and our clients have a lot of access to their attorneys. So we love the customer service, the hand-holding.
Yes.
So we're kind of boutique-ish in that way.
That's not a word you hear a lot when you talk about hiring an attorney, that personal touch. It's very important to you. And we talked about it in the introduction. The holidays in full swing. Right. A lot of people on the roadways. Give us some safety tips before we get behind the wheel.
Well, before you get behind the wheel, know where you're going. Do your Googling, your maps before you get in your car. You don't want to do it while you're driving. You could drop your phone on the floor. You know, there's a lot of missteps that can happen. So know where you're going, plan ahead before you open that door and get in your car.
Yeah, a lot of distractions on the roadway. And I'm sure you get some clients who maybe had a little road rage, got a little frustrated, and some of that comes with just being a lot of traffic. What should we do to avoid that?
Again, Susan, you got to plan ahead and make sure you leave with ample time. Try to work backwards, know where you're going, and plan backwards so you have sufficient time. You got to avoid the road rage. You got to stay calm. Don't engage in it. Know it's going to happen, because there's always going to be somebody that cuts you off. When they cut me off, I don't get mad. I just back off, let them get in, and unfortunately they might have an accident, but it's not going to be with me.
Not going to be. I like that. Not going to be with you. Sometimes when I do that, I just wave too.
Yeah.
I want to ask you another question. So maybe the inevitable does happen, Sergio. We do get into an accident. Sure. What should we do?
Definitely check for injuries. If anybody in your vehicle is injured, call 911 immediately. Get an ambulance out there. Always stay around for the police. Many accidents happen and parties talk and they say, oh, we'll let the insurance take care of it. The events aren't documented. They're documented when the police come. So that police report is super important, because what happens later, your insurance calls you and says the other party said something different, and you're like, wait a minute, it didn't happen that way. And stories change, and it becomes difficult. It becomes an uphill battle, particularly if it really wasn't your fault. So always stick around, wait for that police report. Once that police report is done, it's documented. It's very hard to change, so do that.
Right, because you're like, oh, you know, we're in a hurry. I've got to get going. Let's just exchange information. You say that's a no-no. That's
a no-no. You want to document the facts in that police report, and you have that to back you up. I know it takes longer to wait for that police report, because you have to wait for the police to come out. Sure. But it could save you hours and heartaches later. And why should we call you? You should call us, because we're here to help all the time. We know where to send you for treatment. We know physicians that can help, et cetera, et cetera. And we've been in the business now 14 years, going on 15 years. So that personal touch. And that personal touch. We'll talk to our clients the first day. You'll be on the phone with an attorney. Fantastic. Sergio, thank you, and welcome to Sonoran Living. ELG Accident Attorneys, they have offices in the West Valley, Central Phoenix, and Mesa. Give them a call at 623-877-3600 or go to elgphx.com.